Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another one of my kick in the pantsy sort of pep talks. Now more than ever in recent history, I think that most people are finding it difficult to muster up the inspiration to create. We are collectively overwhelmed, understandably so. It's a black cloud looming over us like a nasty miasma, and it's pretty much universal, I assume. But in order to dig myself out of my own personal pits that I may be in, I turn to creative pursuits. Of course, it's the only thing I know how to do. I draw, I write, I plot new projects, etc., etc. I just, in some way, shape, or form, lose myself in my private little creative worlds and reveries, and I'm sure most of you would benefit from being able to do so yourselves if you are not already doing so. It might be a little bit harder for some people out there to do it. Again, it's a little difficult these days, but it is very important. Perhaps you find yourself so overwhelmed that you can't even think straight long enough to dream up a new idea, a unique color palette, or a concept for a project. The excuses end here, my dear. You know I don't accept the excuse game. I don't do excuses. I don't like them. They're invalid. Always. Instead of accepting an excuse, I would like to challenge you to pull inspiration from a mundane object from your everyday life. Your favorite lipstick, lip balm, a shampoo bottle, a pair of shoes, perfume, the water bottle that you're drinking out of, the fruit you have on your countertop. Anything. As I said, no excuses. The piece that you see on screen was conceived as a result of my refluffing and reorganizing my small collection of puffy 80s dresses. Those taffeta monstrosities are among my favorite articles of clothing. But these days, I have nowhere to wear them save for lounging around the apartment or going on really long walks at night when the weather is cool enough. Funky synthetic dyes and fabrics do not hold up well to desert weather, so they have to sit in my closet for most of the year, or like I said, I just turn on the AC and hang around my apartment and wear them. Woe is me, right? I know, first world problems. I can't wear my disgustingly hideous 80s prom dresses. But I digress. Sometimes if I'm not wearing them, I enjoy pulling them out and marveling at their sheer atrociousness. They're shiny, they're puffy, they make a lot of noise, and they're uncomfortable. Frankly, there's no way around it. They are uncomfortable. I adore them to bits. The day I engaged in wrangling these beasts in the closet, I selected one of my perfumes that happens to have been popular in the 1980s. I purchased it a long time ago, specifically for the fact that it was huge in the 1980s. And so on this particular day, I doused myself in the stuff. Ooh, did it smell like 1982 in my apartment. The perfume smells terrible, by the way. But escapism is an absolute necessity in my life, and I enjoy a thoroughly immersive experience. Either wearing one of those disgusting 80s dresses or playing with them in some way, shape, or form, smelling like it's the 80s, putting so much hairspray in my hair that you swear you walked into an 80s bedroom, some teenage girl's bedroom in the 80s. I put on the 80s music, etc., etc. I look and smell like an 80s mall rat. Escapism, immersion, it's what I do. Of course, organizing these dresses did not take all day, and my itchy little fingers couldn't leave well enough alone. So I wanted to what? What do? Draw, of course. So I did. I wasn't in the mood to focus on writing my books or working on the comic book art or working on any of the other projects that require actual thought and too much concentration. I simply wanted to relax and enjoy myself by creating a one-off illustration that would be fun and reflective of my mood at that particular moment. Voila! this girl popped out. Clearly, she was inspired by the taffeta monsters that live in my closet and the floral explosion that was the perfume I was wearing. It's a fun little illustration, and it was just a great way to pass the afternoon for a bit before I needed to delve into boring adulting type activities, housework and chores and all of that. She serves as a little palate cleanser, if you will. Palate cleanser projects are important to me in that they are entertaining, but they also help to keep things fresh. I will find myself in situations where I jump from one highly involved project to another highly involved project, and then I start feeling as though I'm not progressing or things are not getting done. So just to give myself a little bit of a productivity boost, I will create an illustration just to get the jitters out and just to feel as though I'm actually getting something done. Keeping things fresh. As I said, they keep things fresh. I don't know how you feel about this sort of thing, but give it a shot. It might help you too if you're feeling overwhelmed by your own projects every now and then. If you feel that you need a mental palate cleanser, as I do occasionally, like I said, I highly encourage you to do the same. And this doesn't matter what your creative pursuit of choice is, whether it's illustration, coloring, journaling, it doesn't matter. Pull inspiration from something as banal as, I said, the fruit on your counter. What color is your mouthwash? What color are your socks, your underwear, your eyes? Use that color in your work today. The key here is to get started on something. Once you do, you'll be amazed at how this snowballs. It may not melt your troubles and anxieties away completely, but at least temporarily, it will focus your energies on something that's a bit more positive for just a little while. Where you may have found yourself absolutely clueless about how or where to begin on something creative, suddenly this little mundane spark of an idea will cause your brain wrinkles to start wriggling around up in your cranium, and you'll be on your way. You will have, in essence, pulled inspiration out of thin air, which I think is pretty magical, right? Right? You with me? If you end up working on something as a result of this video, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Tell me what it is that you're doing. Tell me what inspired you, and leave it in the comments. I'd like to hear it. So let's chat now briefly about this piece. She was illustrated using my tried and trues. I did not want to experiment today. These palette cleanser projects are just a means for me to get out a burst of creative energy, so I don't like to overthink them. I used watercolor, ink, and a variety of gel pens, which tend to be my go-tos. The names and or links to the art supplies that I used will be listed down below as usual. I used Core watercolors, Jelly Roll Moonlight pens, Pentel Sparkle Pops, Pentel Crazy Pops, and a waterproof inking pen. She is, of course, for sale via my Etsy shop. If you are interested in scooping her up, there will, of course, be a link down below for that as well. And with that, my dears, I leave you. Be bad, be good, I don't care which, just come back in one piece if you can. Everything you need to know will be down below. Join me on Instagram. I update that social media platform far more frequently than I do any of my others. Again, take a look down below. Everything you need to know will be down below. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I hope that this video motivated you to work on something. If you worked on something, please let me know. It would tickle me to know that my blabbering inspired you a little bit today. All right, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you again. Get your butt out of here. Do something creative. I'll see you in the next one.